Chapter 3. Duckworth. I have a routine for getting on the scale in the morning. First of all, I have to be in the bathroom alone. If Maureen's in there and sees me step on the scale, she'll peer around and take a peek, say something like, "How's it coming?" Of course, if it were coming along well, I wouldn't mind her sneaking a look, but the odds are it won't be going well at all. Second, I have to be naked. If I have so much as a towel wrapped around me, once I've seen the readout on the scale, I'll tell myself I should allow 5 pounds for the towel. It is, after all, a thick one. I can't have had anything to eat, either. On rare occasions, I'll have some breakfast before attending to my morning ablutions. Those days, I do not bother to weigh myself. Once those 3 conditions have been met, I'm ready to actually step on the scale. This must be done very slowly. If I pounce on the thing, I fear the needle will shoot up too quickly and stick there. Maureen will wander in later and ask if I'm really 320 pounds. I am not. But if I'm being honest with you, I'm at 276. Okay, that's not exactly true. It's more like 280. Anyway, I put one hand on the towel rack as I step on, not just to balance myself, but to give the scale a chance to prepare for what's coming. Once I've got both feet planted firmly on it, I carefully release my grip on the bar and face the music. Maureen, in the kindest, most supportive way, has been trying to get me to lose a few pounds. She hasn't expressed the slightest disapproval about how I look. She claims to love me as much as ever, that I'm still the sexiest man she's ever known. I'm grateful for her lies. But she says more fruit and vegetables and grains, and fewer donuts and ice cream and pie might be good for me. She doesn't know the half of it. I've been to the doctor. A regular GP, Clara Morehouse. Dr. Morehouse says I'm borderline diabetic, that my blood pressure is dangerously high, that I'm carrying extra weight in the worst place a man can, on my gut. It really hit home for me the other day at the drive-in. A woman who served over in Iraq as a bomb deactivator was helping us out, trying to figure out how the explosive charges had been rigged to bring the screen down. And it was all I could do to keep up with her as she moved about the rubble like a mountain goat scaling a cliffside. I was out of breath. My heart was pounding, which I told Dr. Morehouse yesterday. "You have to make a decision," she told me. "No one can make it for you." "I know," I said. "Do you know why you do it?" she asked. "I like to eat," I said, "and I've been under a lot of stress lately." That made her smile. "Lately," she said, looking at me. "Did this just happen in the last week or so?" She had me there. The truth was, I had been under a lot of stress lately. Not that it had anything to do with what I was or was not eating. But in the 20 years I'd worked for the Promise Falls police, the anniversary had slipped by this month largely unnoticed. I had never had a month like this one. It had started with the horrific murder of Rosemary Gaynor. And then there were some strange goings-on around town. Everything from dead squirrels and a Ferris wheel coming to life all on its own, to a college predator and a flaming bus. As if all that weren't enough, that bombed drive-in. And then there was Randall Finley, the son of a bitch. He was running for mayor again, and looking for whatever dirt he could get on anybody. The current mayor, the chief of police, anybody. I'd learned that he'd gone so far as to blackmail our son, Trevor, who was driving a truck for Finley's bottled water company, into telling him things Trevor might have heard me talking about around the house. I wanted to kill the asshole. Maybe, I told myself, I'd be better equipped to deal with all this bullshit if I weren't lugging so much weight around. Today had to be the day. After I'd weighed myself, I shaved. I don't always bother on a Saturday, but I decided to make an effort. Either my blade was too dull or the shaving cream too loaded with menthol, because my cheeks and neck felt like they'd been set ablaze. I patted my cheeks thoroughly with a towel, which helped. I dug an oversized red T-shirt out of one drawer and some old purple sweatpants I hadn't worn in years out of another. Then I went into the closet.